Insights, Basics and Beyond. Chapter 3, Immune Surveillance and Homeostasis. Marcello here. Welcome back to Immunology Insights, Basics and Beyond. In the previous chapter, we explored the organs of the immune system, which serve as production centers, training grounds, and battlefields for immune cells. Today, we'll dive into the dynamic processes of immune surveillance and homeostasis, two essential concepts that keep our bodies in a state of equilibrium while defending against potential threats. So let's talk science. To introduce immune surveillance and homeostasis, imagine your body as a bustling city with countless interactions and activities happening every second. Just as a city needs law enforcement to maintain order and security, your body relies on immune surveillance and homeostasis to ensure that everything runs smoothly. Immune surveillance acts as the vigilant watchman, constantly scanning for any signs of trouble, such as infections or abnormal cells. Homeostasis, on the other hand, is the mechanism by which your body maintains balance and stability, ensuring that all systems function in harmony. These two processes are closely linked and work together to protect you from disease while preserving the delicate balance within your body. But how do they do this? Well, let's break it down. Let's start with the immune surveillance, the body's early warning system. Immune surveillance is the process by which the immune system continuously monitors the body for signs of infection, malignancy, or other abnormalities. It's like a 24/7 security patrol that never rests, ensuring that any threat is detected early and dealt with swiftly. Three major aspects need to be discussed here. First, who is patrolling for pathogens and abnormal cells? The first responders in immune surveillance are the innate immune cells, such as macrophages, dendritic cells, and natural killer cells or NK cells. These cells patrol the body's tissue, looking for any signs of danger. Macrophages and dendritic cells are particularly adept at recognizing pathogens through pattern recognition receptors or PRRs, which detect common molecular patterns found in microbes. We will discuss these and other receptors in a later episode of my podcast. NK cells, on the other hand, are specialized in identifying and eliminating cells that have become infected or transformed into cancer cells. And then we have the adaptive immune cells. While the innate immune system provides rapid, non-specific responses, the adaptive immune system offers a more targeted approach. T cells, especially cytotoxic T lymphocytes or CTLs, are crucial in recognizing and destroying infected or cancerous cells. This recognition is highly specific, based on the presentation of abnormal antigens by major histocompatibility complex or MHC comolecules on the surface of these cells. Again, these complexes as well as the mentioned immune cells will be discussed in detail in a later episode of my podcast. The second major aspect of immune surveillance is the role of antigen presentation. Antigen-presenting cells or APCs such as dendritic cells play a vital role in immune surveillance by capturing antigens from pathogens or abnormal cells and presenting them to T cells in the lymph nodes. This process is the bridge between innate and adaptive immunity, initiating a more focused and potent immune response. The ability of APCs to present antigens and activate T cells is crucial for the immune system's ability to recognize and eliminate threats. Without effective antigen presentation, the immune system might miss early signs of infection or malignancy, allowing disease to progress unchecked. The third and last aspect is tumor surveillance. Immune surveillance also extends to the detection and elimination of cancer cells. This is known as tumor surveillance, where the immune system identifies and destroys cells that have undergone malignant transformation. NK cells and CTLs are particularly important in this process as they can recognize and kill cells that express abnormal proteins associated with cancer. And now to homeostasis, maintaining the balance in the body. While immune surveillance is all about detecting and responding to threats, homeostasis focuses on maintaining a stable internal environment, ensuring that the immune system doesn't overreact or underperform. It's this balance that keeps the immune system effective without causing harm to the body itself. Also here, I will try to divide homeostasis into three major aspects. First, we have the regulation of the immune responses. Immune responses must be carefully regulated to avoid excessive inflammation, which can lead to tissue damage. Regulatory T cells or Tregs play a key role in this process. They suppress the activity of other immune cells, preventing them from attacking the body's own tissues, a process that is critical in preventing autoimmune diseases. And then we have cytokines and chemokines. Signaling molecules released by immune cells also contribute to homeostasis by controlling the intensity and duration of the immune responses. For example, anti-inflammatory cytokines like IL-10 help to dampen inflammation and promote tissue repair after an infection has been cleared. Chemokines and cytokines will also be discussed in detail in another episode of this podcast. As a second major aspect of homeostasis, we have the immune tolerance. A crucial mechanism of homeostasis is immune tolerance, the ability of the immune system to recognize and tolerate the body's own cells and proteins. Central tolerance occurs during the development of T and B cells in the thymus and bone marrow, where self-reactive cells are eliminated. Peripheral tolerance occurs in the body's tissues, where mechanisms such as Treg activity prevent self-reactive cells from causing harm. Immune tolerance is essential in preventing autoimmune diseases, where the immune system mistakenly targets the body's own tissue. It's a delicate balance. Too much tolerance can lead to chronic infections or cancer, while too little can result in autoimmunity. As third aspect, we have tissue homeostasis and repair. Beyond regulating immune responses, the immune system also plays a role in tissue homeostasis and repair. Macrophages are key players in this process, shifting from a pro-inflammatory role during infection to a reparative role after the threat has been neutralized. They help to clear dead cells, promote tissue regeneration, and restore normal function. This ability to transition from defense to repair is vital for maintaining overall health and preventing chronic inflammation, which is associated with many diseases including cardiovascular disease and cancer. Of course, there is a strong interplay between immune surveillance and homeostasis. The beauty of the immune system lies in its ability to balance surveillance and homeostasis, ensuring that it can respond to threats without disrupting the body's internal equilibrium. Immune surveillance and homeostasis operate in a state of dynamic equilibrium. When a threat is detected, immune surveillance triggers an inflammatory response to neutralize the danger. Once the threat is eliminated, homeostasis kicks in to resolve the inflammation and repair any damage, restoring balance. This dynamic process is essential for maintaining health. A failure in immune surveillance can lead to infections or cancer, while a failure in homeostasis can result in chronic inflammation or autoimmunity. This, of course, has strong implications for health and disease, as understanding the interplay between immune surveillance and homeostasis is crucial for developing new therapies for a wide range of diseases. For instance, enhancing immune surveillance can improve cancer immunotherapy, while strategies to restore immune homeostasis can be used to treat autoimmune diseases and chronic inflammation. Research in this area is ongoing, with scientists exploring ways to fine-tune the immune system's ability to maintain this balance. This includes developing drugs that can modulate immune responses, designing vaccines that boost surveillance without overstimulating the immune system, and investigating lifestyle factors that support immune health. Also, this will be covered in detail in later chapters of my podcast. To conclude, in this chapter, we have explored the vital roles of immune surveillance and homeostasis in maintaining health. Immune surveillance is the body's early warning system, constantly on the lookout for potential threats, while homeostasis ensures that immune responses are carefully regulated to prevent damage to the body. Together, these processes form the foundation of a well-functioning immune system, protecting us from disease while preserving the delicate balance within our bodies. As we continue our journey through immunology, remember that these intricate systems are at work every moment, keeping you safe and healthy in ways you might not even realize. In our next episode, we will delve into the history of vaccination and the pioneering work of Edward Jenner, whose discoveries laid the groundwork for one of the most successful public health interventions in history. Until then, stay healthy, stay curious, and keep exploring the fascinating world of immunology. Before closing, I have a small request. If you enjoyed my content and want to hear more, like and subscribe. It's a small step for you, but it helps me a lot. So, see you next time, and thank you for listening.